Hey guys, it's me again, and sorry, this is late. I don't have an excuse. I just completely forgot to do this yesterday. I kind of woke up this morning and I was like, yesterday was Wednesday. I was supposed to do a vlog post, and I didn't. So yeah, anyway, I'm doing it now. And it's a free week, and having an extra day did not help me decide what to talk about at all. So, instead of trying to come up with a new topic for Free Week, I figured since I took such a long hiatus and missed out on a bunch of weeks with really fun topics, I thought I'd just pick one, maybe two, depending on how long I can talk about one of them, and just kind of recycle them or something, I guess, and talk about those this week since I didn't get a chance to before. So, to start off with, I'm going to talk about people who inspire me, because that's something I can talk about pretty easily. Because really, I'm pretty sure everybody I know or have even met has inspired me at some point or another, or inspired some quirk of a character or something. But I draw a lot of my inspiration from the people I know. But definitely my friends inspire me probably most of all. It's one of the great things about having friends who are writers, because not only for bouncing ideas off of, which I do all the time, saying, hey, do you think this would be good for a story here, or does this work? Is it too out there? Am I over exaggerating a character? Kind of thing. But also in the sense that just to get me excited about writing, um, I know there have been a couple times when I've just been honestly about ready to give up on writing. I'm just like, I'll never go anywhere with any of this. My writing's not that great. My ideas aren't that great. Why do I even bother? And then I'll hang out with some of my friends, the fellow Wotown writers. I'll go back and watch old Wotown writer posts from the other writers, and just hearing them talk about writing, it gets me all like pumped up and excited, and I'm like, oh yeah, why did I ever think I could live without this? So yeah, I can always count on even if they don't mean to, because it's not like I ever go up to them and say, hey, I hate my writing, give me a pep talk. But just in normal conversation, we'll talk about writing, and I get all excited about it again. And Erin, especially, talking about her finished manuscripts, and I'm like, you know, why haven't I finished a manuscript yet? There's absolutely no reason. Okay, I'm gonna go right now and work on one. I still don't have any finished manuscripts, but at least I get the motivation to do something. That's probably where my biggest inspiration comes from. Um, like I said, bouncing ideas off of them. I hang out with Janet a lot. We talk about fanfics together, and I think she deserves to be credited as co-author of like all of my fanfics, because she gives me ideas and helps me iron out ideas and stuff like that. Mostly with my fanfics, because my original stories haven't been ironed out well enough that I can actually like really discuss them with people and say, hey, give me ideas, because I don't have that much substance for them yet. But so I'm also a lot more self-conscious about my original story ideas. But actually, another person who inspires me a lot is my dad, because um, he's, well, alright, I take after my dad a lot as far as like personality and beliefs and the kinds of things I think about. We both kind of have these like out there ideas, and my dad has actually given me ideas for books to write before, and in fact, one that I really want to write is a historical fiction novel. It was pretty much the entire story my dad came up with, and he's like, but I can't write for anything, so here, you should write this story. And so it's a historical fiction. I need to do a lot of research before I could actually start on it, but it would be a fun story. And my dad has read a lot of science fiction books and, you know, watches a bunch of old sci-fi movies and stuff on History Channel and stuff. So he's a good, he's one of those people who has like all kinds of information stored away. And so I always ask him for like little tidbits of information, or, you know, I also talk to him about my original story ideas, and he helps me kind of iron them out as well and bounce ideas off of him. I do have people in my family who are writers as well, and again, kind of the same thing. And of course, as you know, way back I talked about my brother who had a book published, so I talked to him a lot, and kind of, again, he's not the same type of writer as me. He does more of like the nonfiction, serious stuff. He's like an internet journalist for all these tech websites and stuff like that. But, you know, just knowing that he's made a living off of his writing, and he has connections and stuff like that, and he's doing well with his writing, and it just gives me that little extra boost of motivation to try to work harder myself. So yeah, friends and family, like I said, pretty much other people I meet just on a day-to-day basis gives me inspiration for personalities, character traits, little quirks, and stuff like that. I've had a few good English teachers over the years who've really inspired me as well. Strangely enough, not in my creative writing classes, but in like lit classes and everything, my teachers would always get so excited over the reading material. And again, it would take me back to like the original feelings I had as a child that made me want to start writing in the first place. Is, you know, people would get like so pumped up and passionate about literature, and I'd be like, I want to write something like this that other people get excited and pumped up about. So, also I've had teachers in the past too who, you know, I showed them, I was like, oh, you know, I do a little bit of poetry and creative writing and whatnot. And I remember specifically I had a Spanish teacher in high school, and she found out I liked poetry, and she actually asked to read some of my poems one time, and, you know, she would give me feedback on them and stuff like that. I actually wrote a poem one time, and I showed it to her, and the poem was entitled Endurance, and basically it was kind of like about, you know, the transition from the seasons from winter into spring and equating that to life, how we endure the winter for the rebirth of spring. And she gave it to a friend of hers who was going through a hard time, and she told me that apparently the poem really helped out that friend of hers. So, you know, that kind of inspired me to keep writing. And I kind of remember that when I get discouraged and downtrodden. It's like, you know, if even one person can get something out of something, a little poem that I wrote, then, you know, that should give me hope for bigger things that I try to tackle and want to accomplish. But yeah, I guess that's about all I have to say about people who've inspired me. I don't really know what else to talk about. So I'm gonna leave it at that for this week. Again, sorry I was late, and I'm kind of out of it today, so I don't know if this video really made sense, but here it is. So I hope you enjoyed it, and next week we're gonna start our plot month, talking about plots, so that should be fun. And yeah, I guess I will just talk to you guys later. Alright, have a good week. I will see you next Wednesday, hopefully, if I remember. And, yeah, have a good one. See you guys later. Bye. Of course, it's my meh.